Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to go on a little rant about Shawn and Sarah in this last episode, but Destiny especially, because this girl was pissing me off left and right in this episode. So I've known for a while that this girl already has 5 kids, and now she's pregnant with her 6th one that she gave birth to about a month ago in present time, and it just makes me so sad because we got people out here struggling, like my sister, for example. She's literally miscarried 3 times now, and I know a few of my subscribers have struggled with the same thing. My heart goes out to them, but it's just so heartbreaking to me because we got people out here who are good people wanting to be parents so desperately, and then we got delusional Destiny who can't keep custody of a kid to save her life, popping out kids left and right, and she got a whole football team out here that she don't even have custody of. Like, I don't know, I feel like once you lose 2+ kids, they just need to force you to get sterilized because it's not fair to these kids. They keep bringing them in this world when you can't care enough about these kids to get your ish together. Like, come on, man. So she's lucky she had all these family members willing to take custody of these kids, and I wonder if she would have still been popping out so many kids if she didn't have family members to step up, and it ended up being the state taking them instead. And so the thing is, like, you have a choice to keep doing drugs. Like, trust me, I know it's super hard, but these kids don't have a choice and they don't deserve this mess. So delusional Destiny, she don't got custody of her 5 kids, but she's more worried about Shawn's wallet instead of focusing on being in her kid's life. So Chaz, he's had just as many wives as Destiny has had kids. So Destiny, she goes and shows up to her friend's house, and her friend and her family decide to throw her a little baby shower, and this is the first baby shower that Destiny has ever had her whole life. So Destiny said she currently doesn't know where things stand with her husband Jason, and she says she's starting to realize she stays in toxic relationships a lot longer than she should because she would rather be with someone and be miserable than be alone. It's just a comfort thing. And she claims she's already had all this stuff for the baby, but she says when Jason kicked her out, he kept all the baby stuff, yet she's still driving his car around. So she reveals that she's a high risk pregnancy. She has a high-risk pregnancy because with her last son, she was hemorrhaging in the emergency room and she was in recovery for over 17 hours. Plus, Destiny's had 5 other children and had a C-section with each one. And she claims you're technically not supposed to have over 3 C-sections in your life. So I actually Googled this, and Destiny's right. They don't recommend having more than 3 C-sections because anything beyond that creates increased risks of having problems with the placenta. And the more C-sections you have, the longer each operation will take because there's a lot more scar tissue to work around, and the higher your risk of serious complications become. So this broad has had over 5 kids and doesn't have custody of a single one of them. They're all with family members. One's with her sister-in-law, one of her daughters is with her aunt, another one is with her baby daddy's mom, and another one is with family friends. So it sounds like in all the children's cases, the child ended up going with part of the father's family. So the fathers are just as bad as Destiny because none of the fathers could get their ish together to step up for their kids and have their kids, which is super sad. But I gotta give props to the fathers' families for stepping up. Destiny says she sees them when she can and whenever she has time and when she wants to, and it's like, girl, you need to stop worrying about the show and chasing after Shawn and go spend some time with your damn kids. Like Deontay says, you make time for whatever you want to make time for, and that should be your #1 priority. And she gave Shawn such a hard time for his 6 kids, but she's just as bad with her 5 going on 6 kids that she don't have custody of. Like I said in a previous video, Destiny ended up giving birth like a month and a half ago, and I kind of get the vibe she lost custody of this one too because the day after she gave birth, she was trying to get a ride to Vegas and go hit the casinos, and it's like, what about your child you just gave birth to? Plus, Destiny keeps talking about how she needs more money from Shawn because they'll help her when the baby gets here, but what about your other kids? Are you not worried about taking care of them too? Like, just because they're with the father's families doesn't mean you shouldn't be trying to help provide for them as well. So after her little baby shower, she decides to call up Shawn and tell him she's pregnant. At first, Shawn, he was like super confused. He's like, why are you telling me this? Is it mine? And Desi said, no, it's not his, which I called it. WeTV tried to bait us with the trailer for the season and make it look like she was going to crash Shawn and Sarah's wedding and she was pregnant with Shawn's baby. But I knew from the jump that the timeline, all you had to do is look at it and it would tell you that it was Jason's baby, not Shawn's. And Shawn even said he's pretty good at math and he hasn't hooked up with Destiny in over 2 years, so he knows there's no way in hell that she's pregnant with his baby, which I don't know. I don't think you have to be very good at math to figure out that after 2 years, there's no way that she could be pregnant with his kid. So Destiny claims she needs money from Shawn because it's going to help her with things once the baby's born. But Shawn has enough kids to take care of. He doesn't need to take care of your baby too that isn't even his. She needs to be calling up the baby's dad to help take care of this baby and trying to step up herself. So then Shawn calls up Kelly and he's venting about Destiny being a bugaboo, demanding money from him. And Kelly said, look, you pretty much created this monster. You gave Destiny whatever she demanded and now she feels entitled to it. So then Shawn asks how his kids are doing, especially Gracie after she broke down at the wedding after the gender reveal, and Kelly said that she was doing a lot better. So Shawn brought up the fact he wanted to see his daughter Gracie and possibly fly her out to spend time with Sarah and Shawn now that Sarah and Kelly have met. Which this did go down because I remember seeing pictures of Sarah pregnant at the zoo with Shawn and his daughter Gracie was with them. So then Shawn comes back home and he's laying up in the bed with Sarah and he asks her for some money to take the guys that work for him out for lunch. And Sarah shot him down with a quickness and said, look, you give me your checks for a reason because you blow your money on stupid stuff. So Shawn gives Sarah all his paychecks and she manages the finances because she's a lot better with money than he is and she has good credit. I remember Shawn saying her credit score was like at a 700 something when I interviewed him. And Sarah was like, look, I'm trying to make sure we're okay. I'm trying to make sure we have a savings. And Shawn said, we do have a savings. And she said, yeah, only because of me. Sarah said if it was up to Shawn, that they would probably be homeless. So her and Shawn have a joint bank account and she controls what comes out of it. And the thing is, yes, it's good to have a savings, but if you're saving your money and being responsible, then you should be able to treat yourself every now and then. But the thing is, Shawn doesn't want money to take his coworkers out. He ended up admitting to the producers that he actually wanted money from Sarah so he could send Destiny some hush money. And he's convinced that if he pays Destiny the money she's demanding, that she'll finally leave him alone and move on and it can be closure. But just like Kelly said, Destiny expects it because Shawn keeps giving it. If he keeps giving in to her every time she asks for money, Destiny's just going to know that Shawn's the option anytime she needs money and just continue to hit him up. We've seen it over and over again. She hasn't left Shawn alone yet. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We got 2 more episodes to go before this season is over. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.